Ooh. Well, there was a lot of the same and kind of a lot of different. I think as we evolve as, artists and humans, that it just things inevitably change. I do think we've gotten a lot better at, knowing who we are as artists, a little bit more, and knowing who we are as a band. And I think that really, really kind of came out on this record for sure. We tracked most of the things, like pretty much everything live.
Yeah, and also we had a pretty solid vision, I think, for the majority of the songs of how we sort of knew it should be. So we were fairly vocal, I think, about some of the stylistic and production decisions. And also, I think like one of the ways that we've matured as a band is like as musicians is like knowing how to play in a mature, seasoned sort of way in the studio, where it's like you're not trying to do too much in the wrong spot. Give everybody this. In a band of 8 people, you got to leave space in the right places and play together in that way. And I think we've gotten better at that as we've grown.
Hope. I mean, to break it down to the most simple thing, I guess. I want them to have a good time. I want them to think about, that's a tough one, man.
I think we want music to serve, people in a powerful, hopeful, meaningful way, and we've started to see some of those connections being made on this record. People saying certain songs are really powerful and special to them. It gives them some hope. It lifts them up, and it's really awesome to see that happening. So the first thing I'm gonna say is like we always never completely identified as like we're this type of band. We're like from the get-go, it was like we were riding that line. Like people were saying we're indie rock, people were saying we're jam, people were saying we're New Orleans music, people were saying we're rock. It was like we're all of those things. Our most popular song from right out the get-go was a piano ballad. So it's really we're just people, and we like a wide range of music, and that's what we've always done and what we're going to continue to do. So I love jamming out. I love bands like Fish. I love Grateful Dead. I like going to live jazz and stuff like that, and seeing incredible live improvisation. And these are all facets that make the way into our music. Now, to finally address your question, sorry. Having an amount of radio success transformed our band, I think.
For sure.
And
but in some ways it did, and in some ways it didn't. I think. Right. We're still a band that jams. Yeah, we might not be a jam band.
Yeah, exactly. PJ likes to say we're a slam band. So I kind of like that.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. I mean, I've been to some. That to me sounds like like we're getting in the mosh pit or something.
But he just means it's slamming.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that's the way I interpret it.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 1 Billboard alternative, do you mean, or?
I can't remember.
I honestly don't remember either.
I mean, I
remember where we were with the AAA. Yeah. I remember we were in Syracuse on tour with the Temperance Movement. And I remember, we got the number 1 AAA. I was like, oh, wow.
That was our first number 1.
Yeah.
So that was like, oh, my God, yeah.
But we were sort of like shrug of the shoulders about it the whole time because we weren't really sure what it all meant and stuff. Yeah. We were just like on tour, we're like, oh, cool. Yeah. Great,
we didn't really get it yet,
I
think.
Vomit. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God. I mean, we've definitely got the quintessential brawl. It's not that weird. I feel like there's definitely been other weird things. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel like we have too much
we haven't had too many weird things. I mean, I've heard a few weird things that have happened lately, to other people, to other artists. But yeah, nothing too wild for us. We're in a place where we can do it, and I think there's just a lot of organizations that we're in a place where we can kind of shine a spotlight on those things that need some help, or maybe just, if people know that we care about it, our fans, then they're going to care about it, I feel like. So we have it's kind of like once we shine the spotlight, then it gives it some more energy. And so we love that.
It's a good one. It's a good question. It's hard to tell, I think, when you're in a creative slump, because if you narrate it in your head that you're in a creative slump, that's like maybe, because I kind of like to conceptualize it more of just spaces in between, a lot of productivity or whatever.
Because it's like you go, you'll be ripping 2, 3, 4 songs in a month or a week, whatever, and then you'll have that dip.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I'm in a time period right now where I'm not really even attempting to write, because we're on tour and things have been really busy. I've twin toddlers at home, and it's just I haven't really set out a ton of space in the last couple months for that sort of creativity and that sort of space. But I think it's also important. It's good to have some time away from it too, and it's good to struggle sometimes with the song for a super long amount of time. So I'd say don't look to get out of the slump necessarily. Just sort of embrace it and ride with it, and it's gonna make whatever. If you're working on something that you feel like you're slumping on and you're not having a breakthrough, that's what you need to do for that piece, I think. You need to wrestle with it, and that's. I think there's value in that.
Yeah. There's definitely value in that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm wrestling with a few.
My boy Dave would have been a good friend to have when I was young.
Yeah.
I did know him when I was 20, but he would have been a good friend in high school.
For sure.
We would have got boys. So high.
We would have been boys. Gotten in some trouble. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, for me, the song, I'll just tell you that song, we've got so many, I had so many, when that song first came out and kind of hit, got a lot of messages about people really kind of connecting in so many different ways, and I never really intended it to, and that was really, really special. But as for me, God, I mean, I know who I wrote it about and what I wrote it for, but if I could attach another meaning to that, anybody?
That's the question. It's pretty open-ended.
I'm going to ask you, my man.
The man behind the camera.
The man behind the curtain.
Like an Einstein, or
that could be good.
maybe a Robin Williams.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go with Robin Williams.
Hummus, grapefruit juice, mezcal, bubbly water, chips, veggies.
This weird aloe drink.
Watermelon, lemons,
Nuts.
beers, nuts, trail mix, cheese and crackers.
What else? We got
Gatorades and sodas.
protein shakes, veggies,
Grapes.
Strawberries.
Little
said
green
watermelon,
green
right?
drink. Yeah, I said watermelon.
Green drinks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Basically,
It's we have a lot of waste. To be honest with you, we waste a lot. It's
chill.
bad. Yeah. Beignets or bagels? They're completely different. One is a dessert and one is a bread.
Pick right now.
Bagels, 100%. I'm from New York and I'm Jewish, so bagels. There's no question.
I'm gonna go with beignets. All right, I think you were at this show. Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, that was really good. Yeah, that was
made the
incredible.
whole crowd,
yeah.
cry.
Multiple times. Yeah.
Tears of joy.
That was a good one.
Fucking incredible.
That's a good answer. I'll piggyback on that one. That's good.
Yeah.
Hear the rumor that Stevie Wonder isn't really blind.
No.
I've heard it.
This
I
is a
don't
real
believe it.
rumor?
There's
I don't believe it.
on YouTube where he's doing a big show with a bunch of artists, like a live aid kind of thing. And Paul McCartney walks by him, knocks over his mic stand, and he goes,
Wow.
there's a couple other
Well,
things.
I will say, I think that if you are blind, your other senses are going to be heightened. And I bet his ears are really good.
Also, there's degrees of blindness. Like some
Exactly.
some can see like some amount of light movement and things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know like to what degree.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we've been coming here for quite a long time now. My first memory of playing in Wisconsin, we stayed at your sister's friend's house one time.
Oh, yeah.
I think our first time coming through, and she had a boy that was probably 2 or 3, and they had like a tractors DVD that they would play, and it was just like all John Deere tractors, and every time it would cut to a different tractor, he'd be like, tractor.
Yeah.
So that's one. I don't know.
I love it. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
We played some kind of fest or something there, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Summerfest?
No,
Well, we
definitely
played that
Summerfest,
several
and
times.
that was
It's
great.
always, we played
played
last
last
year.
year.
That was our second time. But Summerfest is always great.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like Milwaukee Live. We've been up here a good amount.
Weather's really nice, and
Yeah.
the lake is gorgeous. I mean,
Good cheese, you know. Ooh.
Gruyere
Just like in
Or
general
blue.
in life, if you have to have one mozzarella
or
I
a
can
triple
go with-
cream.
Because pizza. If
Yeah,
you
because
have
pizza.
one, you
And
have
also-
to pick mozzarella as
It's also just fresh
put
mozz.
Gruyere on my pizza.
Yeah, but fresh mozz, man, you can't beat a nice little mozz.
Yeah, I mean, I like mozz. I like
Schmutz.
mozz. I like mozz.